Hey y'all, back today with another cave shoot 'em up. So this is Deathsmiles 1 and 2. This is the special edition, or I guess you'd say the Love Max edition that is available from PlayAsia.com. And two of, obviously Cave's most notable shoot 'em ups, the horizontal scrolling Deathsmiles 1 and 2. And this is still available from PlayAsia.com currently for the price of $88.99, and you get this arcade flyer, very cool. And on the back you kind of got the stage selection map overview right here, and this is part of the edition. I think I pre-ordered this a couple months back and wasn't sure exactly what all came with this edition. To be honest, it just was very vague. I bounced back and forth between this version and the strictly limited version. I think I just got this because oftentimes from PlayAsia you get your stuff sooner, where strictly limited can take a year, 6 months, year and a half sometimes. Sometimes it gets kind of frustrating. And to be honest, I didn't really like all that much of the stuff that was coming with the strictly limited games collector's edition, which kind of has been an issue towards they're taking a long time on their deliveries, and their content included is not the greatest. Not that this one is, but this one I knew I'd get sooner, and I thought I'd just take a shot, which I may end up doubling down and getting the strictly limited version as well. But this here is just a look at the box, and you can see down here it says Love Max Edition. And like I said, on the site it's declared the special edition. So special edition, Love Max Edition, whatever you want to call it. Here's a look at the outside of the box. Nice looking outside the box. You got the little bow on the front. It's like a little sleeve is all that actually is, and it's on there pretty good. See if we can get this thing off. Slip. There we go. And I mean, it's nice. It's a nice looking little box. I do think that the strictly limited editions, the collector's edition box on that is really nice looking. That's one of the things I really like about strictly limited games, is those hard collector's edition boxes that they do. Like I said, it just takes forever to get your collector's edition. So if you're in a hurry, or if you want something sooner, it's kind of like why you may want to go different routes sometimes. And this is the DLC right here, and I'm going to talk about the DLC at the end of the video, about just how to redeem it and kind of like what exactly it is. I'll give a brief summary, not like a review. I'm just going to give a brief summary, but this is just a voucher on the back of here for the DLC. And that is one thing where the strictly limited edition games version comes with the DLC on the cart itself, which is sometimes why their versions take longer if they try to put the DLC on the cart. This version, you just get the redeemable code, which also you'll have to do through the Japanese eShop. So you'll have to create yourself a Japanese account if you don't already have one to redeem that code. Which is, I mean, it's not hard to set up. I'm not going to give you a tutorial how to do that. You can find out how to do that on your own. But creating a Japanese account is pretty easy, and once you download it, it's on your Switch, and you can use it for whatever account on your Switch that you have. But here's just the cart, or the case itself. Get the wrapper off, take a look. You got some nice inside cover art from Deathsmiles 1 and from Deathsmiles 2 on your right. And that's your cartridge. Not bad. And both of these games actually are on the cartridge itself, so like that's not an issue. I know sometimes you'll get I like for like Bayonetta. I remember like Bayonetta, I think 1 was downloadable, 2 was actually on the cart. Both of these games are actually on the cartridge itself. The only thing that's not on the cartridge is the DLC, just to answer that question. And this is the English version. I know I didn't touch on that earlier. Even though a lot of the box content here is all in Japanese, the user interface, all the text and everything in the game is in English. So that's good to know. And this here is just the CD soundtrack, and I believe there's 18 tracks on this. Yeah, it looks like 18 tracks. Wonderful soundtrack. One of, definitely up there as far as cave shooters soundtracks. Definitely one of my favorites. And this is, I mean, if you're not familiar with cave games, This is probably one of the most approachable cave games that there are. A lot of the cave shooters are, known for being extremely difficult. This is consensusly known as being one of the easier, if not the easiest, cave shooter. So it's got that, Halloween type theme going. So really just a lot of fun. And here's just a look at the inside, just underneath, and here's the CD itself. Nice little design on the CD. There's no manual in this soundtrack. It's just a little pamphlet. It's a two-sided pamphlet is all that there is. There's no booklet or really manual or nothing like that. And there's also no manual that comes with the game itself, which is a little bit unfortunate. And that is it for the most part. You got your box, you got your case and cartridge, and you got your CD soundtrack. So nice looking little set. I mean, like I said, $88.99 still available. And then you got the two from Strictly Limited for standard edition. I think over there is $57.99 currently, and $102.99 from Strictly Limited Games. So let's go ahead and just talk about the DLC real quick. So the DLC that is added on here is the it's called the Gothic wa Mahu Atome, and basically what it does is it adds 5 DLC characters from, there's a mobile game that's kind of like in the Deathsmiles universe, and it adds 5 DLC characters from there that where you can play in this game. And what you have to do at that mode select is you push Y at the mode select on either the normal or the version 1.1, and then it basically brings you in here to where you got your 5 new characters where you can select as DLC. And this is only available, I think, on Deathsmiles, not on Deathsmiles 2. So to recap, if you got this version, you have to create a Japanese account. On that Japanese account, then you can use your redemption code. You download it to your Switch. When you come into the mode select, you push the Y button, and then the Y button will kind of flash back and forth between the two. It will flash between your normal and then your DLC, and basically you then have the option of using either your DLC 5 DLC characters or your 4 standard characters for Deathsmiles 1, and that's available for the normal and the version 1.1, not the arcade mode, and not for Deathsmiles 2. But I've never played this. I'm not in the mobile game, so I've never had played this game, not familiar with the characters, but it also gives you new text and a little bit of new storyline for all the characters and stuff like that. So it is quite a bit, and I think that the DLC cost will run you I want to say $20-25 somewhere around there, if you just get it digitally. So all in all, it is that's the Mega Black. I think version 1.1 is the Mega Black label, I want to say. But all in all, it is a really cool edition. I don't know if it's worth the $20-25. If you're a huge fan of just that mobile game, it is pretty awesome to have those 5 characters that you can play as in Deathsmiles. And like I said, it's supposed to be all within the same universe, so it's they fit in really nicely. So if you're a fan of that mobile game, this will be a huge bump for you and something you're probably excited about. But the game itself, Deathsmiles 1 and 2, plays very well. I mean, it's definitely a little bit of input lag, but I mean, for me, I think it plays really good. Some people obviously think it's a little bit laggy, but I think personally for me, it plays really well. Love these games, love having them on the Switch, and it's cool having this DLC as well. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.